And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we want to welcome you all to the Hello LLC. If you don't know, Hello stands for Helping Entrepreneurs Leverage Leading Web3 Optimizations, where we literally are able to take you from the old crusty, dusty 2D to this new 3D immersive environment that people are moving to, companies are moving to, and it's time for you to move to as well, because we all have to understand that now we've gotten to the point to where we can create at the speed of thought. And there's no need for competition anymore, because competition is the old, outdated way of being, and collaboration is the new currency. And the energy and the vibration and the frequency that you bring to it as well is so important. And that starts with us of how we decide to choose, how we decide to take our chances, and how we decide to really ultimately come together and understand that no one makes it to the top of this mountain without us collaborating together and joining forces to with each other. And that is especially why today we're having our amazing helpful how-to Tuesdays that, if you guys don't know about, this conversation is all about helping you implement new strategies, implement new techniques, and more importantly, helping you monetize your business as
for us to have things at our fingertips at the click of the button, literally. And we know that because of 2020. And when that came down the pipeline, when COVID came down the pipeline, we all were a online society overnight. And luckily there was infrastructure in the middle of it to be able to help us through that. But in reality, a lot of people jumped onto these things called Zoom or Google Meet or whatever it is. And it came down the simple pipeline of, I'm not sure what this is, but I got to get sure of it because the boss man is now wanting to meet every day or twice a day to check my productivity levels or whatnot, So we all experienced some sort of online form in 2020. And what came of it is our kids stayed there, but we got back to what the regular world was, belly to belly. And so today we sit here and talk about, Tara, why are you even talking about the metaverse when we're supposed to be talking about the podcasting? Well, it's the merging of the two. And you have to understand that metaverse is a new e-commerce arena for us to be a part of. And in that arena is entertainment value, knowledge value, whatever it's products and services that are being supplied, whatever it is, that's the same thing that goes in the real world that goes within the metaverse, the virtual world. And so today's podcasting conversation is going to be about not only how to get started, the steps to do so. I mean, we have a Pivot VIP member just 2 weeks ago that while on an hour conversation call with us talking about a multitude of things, 10 minutes of that conversation was get your podcast started. Here.
10 minutes.
Well, I buffered because, we, set up you're putting your name in and things like that. Right. But my point being is here, click this button. Let us step you through it. All right, get going. Now go ahead and record your first podcast. Well, what am I going to record? Say hi. My name is, and who are you? What company are you? What are you doing? And what's your goal? That's it. That's literally what your first podcast can be about. And all too often what happens is we think it has to be this massive production.
Yeah.
Because we see Joe Rogan or we see, Tony Robbins or we see, any of these media personalities that have, all of their podcasts. And they have a team and it looks so, this and that. And we get into our heads and we talk ourselves out of it. And in reality, I was watching a young lady on Ed Milet a couple years ago who has, at that time, she had a podcast in the top 5. And it was about, she was a stay-at-home mom. This is crazy. She is a stay-at-home mom. She ran her own business and had 2 little ones. And she would record her podcast in her closet while her children were asleep. And sometimes you can hear them banging on the door because they woke up and she's like, all right, well, that concludes this podcast. Gotta go.
Gotta go.
Mama duty calls. And it skyrocketed her to being, so popular because of her authenticity. And she told people, look, I am in my closet with my cell phone and one of those free headsets that I got with my cell phone, that plugs in your ear and the cord goes into the phone. Yeah, one of those. She says, I don't have anything fancy. I'm setting it in my closet because it's the quietest place I can be. And, if I got to go, I got to go because kids are here. And so it's just getting it done. As we say, press the button. It's just pressing the button. And a lot of times we get in our heads and says, well, we don't have a professional microphone. We don't have this. We don't have that. We can't do it. And in reality, that is just your, as we call it, the chattering monkey that is at play telling you that you can't because they want to keep you in your comfort zone and out of survival. And when we get outside of our box, that's the survival moment. And so a lot of times our chattering monkey, which is our, keep me safe, doesn't want to go there because at the end of the day, it's unfamiliar, it's new, and it's like, holy shit, what am I doing? So it's just push the button. Who's going to call you and tell you did it wrong? First of all, like, please tell me. Because if they do, then call me and let me know, and I'll give them a call and be like, why are you harassing people? Let me see your podcast. You do it. You push the button. And I'll say this, David, I will say something to David sometimes about, if he went live, or I'll be like, hey, did you notice this? Or did you notice that? And he'll be like, I pushed the button. You go push the button. And so that kind of breaks, and it's like, oh yeah, I guess you did. I haven't went and pushed the button. So I'm not going to say anything. It's like, look, at least I'm out here doing something. It's kind of like doing a crossover in basketball. Eventually you're going to get the hang of it, that you're going to, break someone's ankles as you, make a play on the basketball hoop. I just went blank for my words. I was trying to say, go and hit the paint, but I couldn't speak any of my basketball terminology, and I played for many, many moons. Anywho, back to the point of this conversation. It's just getting into the action. And a lot of times we're afraid, or we allow that voice in our head, that chattering monkey, whatever you want to call it, talk to us and talk us out of it. And it's just doing it. And I'll say it to the likeness of this. I started, every morning I started walking 3 to 5 miles. And I don't know where that came out of the pipeline. I was just like, you know what? I'm going to start walking 3 to 5 miles, every day, just because of the health benefits of walking. I was already walking, but about a mile. And so I was like, let's up that. And this is the second week of it. And I'll tell you, my body today was like, are you sure you want to do 3 to 5 miles? And I was like, no, let's go. Let's get it. And when I got back and sitting here, I was like, I feel good that I did it. I ate the frog. And we talk about this all the time. If you haven't read the book, Eat the Frog, it's such a great book, and it's a great conversation. Essentially, it's telling you to get that one task that you just do not like to do, whether it's daily, weekly, whatever it is. Get that one thing done in first thing in the morning of your day, and for the rest of the day you feel accomplished. You can get everything else done or nothing else done, but because you got that one task that you hate or that you dread, and you got that done first and foremost. It's not that I dread walking, but it's just a great accomplishment. I feel accomplished in the day. And so pressing the button on your podcast will give you the same euphoria, because you're like, you know what? I'm a podcaster now. Yeah, I might not be top 5, but that's where I'm going. I can sit in my closet. I can have a conversation, or wherever, whenever, and however. Heck, it could be in your car, when you get home or from wherever, or on your way to wherever. When you park the car, you can do it then. It is wherever, whenever, and however it fits into your schedule. And so with that said, that's what I got to add so far, Mr. Jones.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And one of the things that you said that I want to reiterate,
Sorry.
Right, is the simple fact that you do not need to have all these gadgets and gadgets and all this other stuff. You all right now can go to Spotify Anchor on your iPhone, on your actual phone right now, and you can download the app, and it's a free app. And you download this app and you fill out the form, just like you fill out your actual profile, just like you do with all these other applications. And then you can go and start recording an actual podcast. You can pre-record an intro, right? To where you're not having to have the nerves and the butterflies and all that stuff when you very first start your actual podcast, right? You then can also be able to have an actual commercial in it as well. You then can have an outro as well for this podcast. And then more importantly, it makes it to where it's structured, and you don't have to have a structured like we shared. This podcast can be any way you want it to be. And the greatest thing that I would encourage you guys also, if you're a real estate agent, you do not need to do a podcast on real estate. Please don't do that. Whatever you are passionate about, whatever you will not shut up about, whatever it is that you do after real estate, that, my friends, is what your podcast should be about. So you can talk about it until you are blue in the face. So if you are a real estate agent and you love gardening, you love crocheting, you love gaming, you love sports, you love, TV shows, you love gossip, you love whatever you love.
Riding your motorcycle.
You love riding your motorcycle. Do a podcast on that.
You love fishing.
Oh, you love fishing. Now me seeing these people out here going fishing and literally showcasing their fishing, I'm like, man, if I was in college right now, and I got to do this, I probably wouldn't be here because I was fishing almost every day. So I could have went live every single day, had sponsors, had
Guess we got to get you back
commercials.
to the water. So
We got us back to the water, baby.
live
Live with Fishing with David, right?
Hello LLC style.
And so, that's one of the biggest things that we share with people is that you got to be able to do these things because guess what? The real estate agent likes gardening. The podcast is just get potted, right? Now they get to talk about what they like to do, how they like to do it, give different tips. And guess what? There's going to be other people that like gardening. You like gardening? I like gardening. Guess what? Other people that like gardening, they have a house as well. And I'm more than certain as a real estate agent, you could have the best house. But if you're not clicking with that actual person that's coming to visit the house, the chances of them buying that house is slim to none. Why not be able to connect with that person? I like gardening, you like gardening, and everybody needs gardening. So now in your podcast, you're able to slide in that you are a real estate agent and that people can go get this information or go get this free guide or get your referrals or buy a gift card or all these different things for your business that then brings those people to you. And so this is where we're going to give you guys 10 facts of why you should have a podcast, not just David and Tara, key differentiators, right? And ideas to implement. That word is going to kick my butt today.
Just not
and so,
David and Tara telling you to do it.
Yeah, just not David and Tara telling you to do it because, we have done it. We have pressed the buttons. We have well over now, just on our Getting Naked, we have over 60 episodes on that. And guess what? Tara and I do 3 rooms a week that we've been doing for the last 3 years, whether that's on Clubhouse, whether that's on LinkedIn. Now there's a brand new Chatter. We're also live on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Twitch, and we're also live on what other station are we on? We're also live on on LinkedIn. LinkedIn audio live as well. And so we're everywhere. And this is where we showcase to you guys also. You don't have a business. That
can be considered as 268 episodes. I was doing the math.
You was doing the math, right? 268 episodes. Is that with Getting Naked or just
with nope?
That's with what?
That's just the 52. That's just the 3 episodes a week that we do.
Times
52 times.
Now do that times 3.
No, I already did.
Oh, that's okay. So that's a lot of rooms that me and Tara have hosted that we share with you guys. Oh, also Instagram. That's what we're also on Instagram Live right
328 with Getting Naked.
Boom, right? So 328 times in how many years is that?
In past 3 years.
3 years, right? We've been in business for 8, so we actually did it before that. Well, before that, we did multiple rooms. The point of it is that we press the damn button. And we want you guys to press the button as well and to get your business out there because it's so key for you to do that. And so we want to welcome you all that have joined
Getting naked is a sometimes it's pretty funny too, but it's about the balance of entrepreneurship through life, personal growth. Able to share that side, our really funny side, or the what the heck just happened side of things, or oh my god, here's the reward that we got from doing XYZ. It's those perils of life and entrepreneurship. And so I share this only with you guys to encourage you to be whatever is just at your calling of, like David said, if it's, quilting, if it's crocheting, if it's gardening, if it's cooking, if it's, like I've seen so many cooking, mimas, grandmas, aunts, uncles, whatever, cooking. And one lady is like, I don't have recipes. Don't ask. I just cook from my heart, and I cuss a lot and I drink a lot. And off she goes. That's her cooking show. That resonates with some people. It doesn't resonate with everybody. And that's okay. Because when you just show up as your authentic self in whatever shape, form, or fashion that is, that's where people will, be like, I really